Welcome to the Michael Singer Podcast, presented by Sounds True, in partnership with Shanti Publications. For more information about Michael Singer's work, access to all prior episodes, and information about upcoming releases, we invite you to join us at michaelsingerpodcast.com.
Doctorate Jam Masters. There are two very distinct lives that you can live. One involves a lot of struggle, a lot of effort, and a lot of suffering, but also can have some joy. The other, there's no suffering, there's no struggle, there are no issues, and it's always beautiful. Which one you want? The difference in those two lives is not what is going on outside of you. It's what you're doing about what's going on inside of you. I've taught you numerous times before, and I like the shocking teachings. You don't care about the outside. None of you. You do not care about the outside. Right now, no matter what you think, you don't care about the outside. You care about the inside. I'm not talking spiritually, I'm not talking meditation. I'm just telling you, if the outside did whatever it does and your inside was happy, you'd be happy. It is not about the outside. It's about the effect that the outside has on the inside. And every one of you are different. And at different times in your lives, a minute ago, that which could happen outside can make you feel good inside. That which happened outside can make you feel bad inside. Have you noticed that? You're sitting there doing wonderful. Somebody walks up to you and tells you something that you never thought about before. All of a sudden, you're not doing good. Somebody walks up to you and tells you something you never thought about before, and you're glad it happened. You feel wonderful. It's the inside. It's the effect that the outside has on your inner state. All you care about is your inner state. And that's not selfish. That's not ridiculous. It's just the truth. Why? Because you live in here. You don't live out there. You're in here, aren't you? You're in here thinking your thoughts. You're in here feeling your feelings. If something happens outside that makes your feelings inside feel good, you're fine with that. Something outside happens, makes your feeling feel bad, you're not okay with that. But that's not the outside. We're going to discuss that. In fact, I would like to have a discussion. Why does the outside affect the inside? Not how to change it, not how to... See, the first life I talked about is you don't understand that's all about the inside. All you know is through your personal experience that the outside can affect the inside. Have you noticed that? Has anyone noticed that yet? All right? The outside can affect the inside. It's all about the inside, and you're the only one in there. No one else lives in there. Your mother not in there, your father not in there, your husband not in there, your wife's not in there, your kid. No one's in there but you. That's your house. And it is any way you want it to be. It's yours. Okay? And we don't live like that. What we realize is, through experience, that the outside can affect the inside. And it doesn't always do it nicely. Sometimes it does. So what I need to do, my job in life, my entire purpose of life, is getting the outside to be the way that makes the inside feel good. Talk to me a way that turns me on, I like you. Talk to me a way that turns me off, I don't like you. So that determines who my friends are. That determines who my enemies are. That determines what I believe in, determines my politics. Determines every single thing is dependent upon getting the outside to be the way you need it to be so that when it comes in, the inside feels good. The heart feels open, the mind is calm, positive, inspired, and not that when it comes in, you get depressed, you get scared, you feel lonely. Do you understand that? That is the foundation of the primary decision about your life. Are you going to go out there and struggle And the answer is yes. To try to make every single person be the way you need them to be, so that when you interact with them, you feel good about it, and that they say what you want them to say, and they do what you want them to do, and not that they ever dare to be a way that bothers you. And I'm going to make sure. It's called control. Do you want control? That's why you want control. You're not stupid. You have empirical evidence. If it happens the way I like, I feel wonderful inside. If it doesn't, or it happens the way I don't like, I feel terrible. But I don't feel terrible. Therefore, the only choice I have is to manipulate you and every single person I ever meet for the rest of my life, so that when I interact with you, I feel better, not worse. And that goes for everything, for absolutely everything. Some people can't handle a bug. Some people are fine with bugs. It's up to you. At some point, you wake up. You realize, wait a minute, I'm in here. If I don't like bugs, there's a reason I don't like bugs. Not I'm going to accept that I don't like bugs and then go around my entire life bug-free. Because it's very chemically oriented if you're bug-free, I'll tell you right now, or I can't breathe, right? And then you're scared. I don't know what to talk about. You're either trying to manipulate the outside to match the inside, or you're realizing, wait a minute, I'm in here. I can do anything I want in here. If you try to change the outside so it matches what you want inside, that is an endless chore. It's never, listen to me, it's never over. How do I know what you're going to say next time? Wait a minute, you said something nice to me, but now you're talking to him. I don't like the expression on your face. Are you two-faced? I don't know. I can do anything I want in here to make a mess of myself. And I do, don't I? Do you ever try to figure out what somebody else meant by what they said? Do you ever try to figure out what somebody else meant by what they said? You don't stand a chance, because you already have inside of you this whole system you built, and you're going to project that onto what they said. You're going to hear it, the accent, how they emphasize something, how they didn't emphasize something, how they were sitting. Oh, I like that one, body language. Is it true or not? I wouldn't touch it with 1,000 million foot pole. I'm not going to sit there and try to figure out why you're sitting the way you're sitting and then decide what it means. Well, but I could read a book about it. So read another book or don't read the book. I don't care. Just sit any way you want to sit. And I want to feel good in here. But no. Why? Because we have to control the outside so we're safe inside. So we feel good inside. So we don't feel bad outside. But I'm telling you, how do you decide how the outside is supposed to be? Based on your past experiences. If you never had an experience, you never saw something flying through the sky, you don't know anything about it. You've never been to Timbuktu. You care a lot what's going on there? No, but if somebody calls you from Timbuktu and says, hey, I'm from Timbuktu, you go, wow, that's neat. But I didn't know there was a Timbuktu. And all of a sudden, now you like Timbuktu. It's your past experiences that are programming you to like and dislike, to want and not want, to prefer and not prefer. You're not making this up. Psychology says that what's going on inside is the sum of your learned experiences. I like to qualify that. What's going on inside is you're in here experiencing the sum of your learned experiences. That's the big difference. And thank God that's true, because you are not the sum of your learned experiences. You're the consciousness that is aware that what goes on in your mind, and you listen to me because it's true, what goes on in your mind and what goes on in your heart is the sum of your learned experiences. It's just the truth. You have nothing else. The things you never experienced are not affecting you. The things that you experienced a lot are really affecting you. The things that you experienced once and it really hurt you could mar you for life. It's called a traumatic experience. One. And you have some experience, you're in 8th grade and you met somebody and oh my God, you fell in love with your first love and you have those love and then they moved and nothing ever went wrong in the relationship. You spend the rest of your life looking for a person like that, qualities like that person. You understand that, what their hair was like, okay? The impressions that your past experiences make on you, if they're strong enough or last long enough, become patterned inside of your mind and heart. And when they were good, you want it to happen again. When they were bad, you don't want it to happen again. And there are all your actions. Everybody's busy making decisions. Decisions aren't so easy to make, are they? Of course they are. Just do something. It doesn't matter. What if you knew you were going to be okay no matter what happened? And somebody said, well, you want to do this? Fine. That's fine. Well, which one? I don't care. Pick one. Pull out a hat. There's your decision making. But you don't think that. You think that one decision is going to affect your life. You make that decision, you'll never be happy. You pick the wrong husband or wife, or you move to the wrong place and it's cold, and I never liked cold. So you think and you think because you think you're going to think it out. All you're doing when you're thinking is checking out your past experiences, like trying on clothes. All you're doing when you're making decisions is trying on the clothes of your past experiences and seeing how they feel. Therefore, you say, oh, I see, yeah, that's what I want to do. That's perfect. I don't know. It's just another experience came up. Do you understand that? Decisions are only difficult because you're trying to figure out which one, when it happens, will make you feel good and which one, when it happens, will make you feel bad. And of course, what do you know? You've had tons and tons of experience your whole life. You go crazy. Do you change your mind very often? Have you ever changed your mind? Why? Because something else came up from it. Oh, I remember. Now I remember. No, I don't want to do that. My goodness, I've told you a million times. The experience you're having at any given moment, you are missing 700 zillion that are going on at the same time as that experience. Everywhere else. You could have been standing there. You could have been looking this way. You would have had a different experience. And you're patterning your life off that one experience. You hold them and let them pattern you. And you have this tiny line going through all of life, all the experiences that are going on at the same time. You have this thin line. It's so thin you can't even see it. That is your experiences. And you missed all the rest. And if you had any of the rest, if you looked to the left when something bad was happening to the right and you didn't see it, your life is different. Is that silly? Is that absurd? I happen to be looking this way. Now I'm traumatized. If I was looking that way, I'm not. I'm not making fun of psychology, right? They understand that we're screwed up. They're trying to help us. But there's not a chance. You understand that? If you're going to be like that, that's some experience. You happen to be standing somewhere. That's how I look at it. Not that some experience happened. They're happening everywhere. You just happen to be standing on the spot where that one was happening. You could have not been. The coffee maker could have taken 3 seconds longer to make the coffee because this element was burning out. Therefore, you weren't at the exact spot where an accident took place. And you call it an accident. There's no such thing. Every single event is the sum of all the causes that happened before that make them collide in that moment, right or wrong, right? Like I said, somebody make a phone call and you didn't pick it up. If you'd picked it up, you would have been late. You didn't pick it up, so you're there. And that's why you were there at that moment. And that's why you heard what you heard and why you saw what you saw. What we do with this is absurd. So what we do is say that my experience, whatever it is the most important piece of data in the entire universe. I experienced that. I'm not making it up. Big deal. You didn't experience 700 billion others that are going on at the same time. Anything, I don't know how to even talk about it. It's so absurd. Your experiences mean nothing. Look at me. Your experiences mean nothing. They are what we call statistically insignificant. One event out of 700 billion that are going on at the same time, and you happen to experience that one, and it's determining everything you think and what you feel and where you're going, where you're not. Does that not seem absurd? Thank you. Thank you. If you hear that, I did my job. All right? And I'm going to repeat it. Your experiences mean nothing. It could have been any other way at any moment. It just happened to be that way. And then you stored it, didn't you? You didn't store all of them. I told you once before, 99%, maybe even 99.9% of every single thing you ever experienced went right through. The trees you drove by, the white lines on the road, the clouds, the people you don't know, all the talk in a restaurant that you're not listening to. It comes in and it goes through. It's still there, but it made it through because you didn't grab it. You didn't cling to it. You didn't make a thing out of it. Okay? It's like you go into a restaurant and somebody's smoking. Well, we don't allow smoking. You're really freaking you out, right? Somebody else on the table next to you is not smoking, but it's not freaking them out. Okay? Now you just had that experience and you made it. I'm anti-smoking and nobody should get to. I'm going to talk to the owner. I'm going to sue these people. Okay? And you just wake up and you realize it's not that you had an experience. It's that there are experiences to be had. There's billions, zillions, and that's just on planet Earth. There is something going on everywhere in the universe, every single moment. And you're making a big deal out of that one moment that you happen to be experiencing. A wise being does not do that. Do you understand that? Now you're talking spiritual. A spiritual being, they all pass through. They all pass through. There's birth and death and sickness and health and dark and light. That's where yin yang comes from. There's everything, isn't there? There's everything. Are you willing to understand that you experienced one tiny drop of everything and made it your life? All right. So what does it mean? It means you wake up and realize that you're doing this. And that's a nice thing because it means you can do something about it. Nobody else determines how you're doing. You do. I take that example. Your husband or wife comes home and they had a really bad day. They come storming in, close the door, go into the bedroom, close the door, slam the door to try and breathe and get themselves together. And you're having to tolerate that. Well, some people can't tolerate that. Don't you treat me like that. I'm not to be treated like that. Or somebody sits there and says, boy, he or she had a bad day. Let's make sure we're nice when they come out. As opposed to, how could you do that? How could you storm in like that? You understand? I was looking for you to come home. You broke my heart. That's you. That's not them. And so you wake up and you realize, I can live a life outside of making sure these things don't happen, which the ones that I stored before that bothered me, the ones I stored before that I liked, now I'm going to go out there and try and make them happen again or not happen again. Do you understand that? Please, I don't want to belabor it. Do you understand that's all you're doing is trying to make people be the way you want them to be? Not only do you not want them to be that way, you say things like, if you do that again, I will never talk to you again. I'm going to manipulate you so you be the way that when it comes in, I feel good about it. Otherwise, you're on the couch for a week. No, you never talk to anybody like that? I'm being tough to you today. Is it not true what we're doing? We're just sitting here saying, I've stored inside of me, based on my past experiences, what makes me feel better when it comes in, makes me feel worse comes in. So you're going to behave the way I need you to. You just get out there and fight. You get out there and struggle. You wake up in the morning, you worry. You do so. You worry that what you want to happen won't happen. That something you said yesterday might make something not happen right today because so sorry I said that. Should I have said that? Should I call her? Should I ask her? Should I apologize? No, that will remind her that I said it. How neurotic do you want to be? The answer to all of this is very simple. You own the inside. It's yours. You're the one who stored the thing. You stored something from your past because you said, I can't handle this. I can't handle the way you're dressed. I can't handle how you wear your hair. I can't handle something. I can't handle stuff. Who said so? Me. I said it. I can't handle it. Nobody else involved. I can't handle it. On what basis did you say I can't handle it? Your past experiences. If you get this, it will change your life. You're in charge in there. But what happened is you weren't ready yet. You weren't evolved yet enough. You weren't ready to be in charge. You kind of blew it. And now you inherited your entire childhood's worth of not handling everything. Your midlife, high school, that really caused trouble, high school, right? Just the whole moment you went through, you couldn't handle them. Either they were so good, you wanted them to happen again, they didn't happen again, so you're struggling to make them happen again. Or they're so bad that you don't want it to happen again, so you're resisting and fighting and trying to think about how to make them not happen again. But that's your whole life. No, I will not tolerate that's your life. You're a very great being in there. You just got lost, didn't you? And now you're patterning your entire life based on the garbage you stored inside. What should be in there? Nada. It's called the empty bell. Ever heard it? Very Zen, right? What do you mean? If I'm empty, I'm stupid. No, you are not stupid. You're in harmony with life instead of trying to make life be in harmony with you. And right now you understand you're trying to make life be in harmony with you. There are things you want to happen, things you don't want to happen, things from the past. Come on, man. That's ego. It's all about you. Is it all about you? Or are there 8.3 billion of you guys running around right now, and every one of them thinks it's all about them? It can't possibly be all about you. I keep begging you, will you step off the planet for a minute at least and look at that thing spinning through black, dark, empty space? Is that about you? It's been here for 4.5 billion years. How long have you been here? How long are you going to be here? Oh, but it's all about you. That planet's all about you. And what's happening on that planet at that spot is all about you. And it's not about you, is it? You're a guest, a visitor, and you got lost. You got all caught up in the events that were unfolding. And why? Because you couldn't handle them. I'm telling you cannot handle positive experiences. Like, you want to have positive experiences. No, I don't think you really want to. Go to a restaurant and have the most wonderful meal you've ever had. You better not go back. It ain't going to happen again. There'll be a different chef. There'll be different music. There'll be a different, you walked in there, had a different attitude when you walked in. It ain't never happening again. Nothing ever happens again. Oh boy, you don't like that, do you? Nothing ever. It's a motion picture, not a still shot. It just keeps moving through. And so you sit there and you feel in love with somebody. They're not going to be the same tomorrow. They're not going to treat you the same. They're not going to say the same thing. They're not going to wear the same perfume. They're not going to wear the same clothes. They're not going to have the same attitude because they had experiences between this day and that day. But that's not okay with you. I want that person who I fell in love with yesterday to be here today. It ain't going to happen. It can't happen. It doesn't happen ever. Understand that? There's never anything that repeats itself. And so you're in there having stored this inside yourself and then demanding that the outside be the way you want it to be. And that's a positive experience. And you don't have that many of those. If you watch in there, you're going to see you've had 1,000 times more negative experiences than positive experiences. You didn't really have, they were just experiences. But you made them positive or negative. And you see how sensitive, are you sensitive? You're sensitive about how people look at you, right? How they talk about you. I'm telling you, and don't get embarrassed, if somebody tells you, Sally told me that 2 years ago, Peter said that Saul thought badly about you, you want to know why. Okay? Or you wake up in the morning, you had a dream. Well, dreams are interesting. I don't want to get into them. They're interesting. Mind makes them up, okay? And always had a dream, and somebody was in the dream that you know, and now you're sensitive about seeing that person because of what they did in the dream. All right, you want to give meaning to it. Dreams have great meaning. They're just the mind's releasing the stuff you stored in there. They're all made out of the fire. They're intuitive dreams and visionary dreams, all right? You're making me talk about stuff that you don't want to hear me about. What do I think about premonition dreams? I don't want to wait for something to happen. I don't want to be afraid. Oh, I had a premonition that sometime in the future, I'm going to die in a car accident. Okay, I'll never ride in cars again. I'll be very careful of who's driving. Well, what do I want to do that for my life? That's ridiculous. Let me live my life. If I die in a car accident, I die in a car accident. At least it happened once. It didn't happen for 15 years while I'm waiting for it to happen. Life unfolds. You're on a tiny little planet in the middle of nowheres, and thank God there's stuff going on. There's elephants and dolphins and nice people and mean people. There's just everything, isn't there? And there's cockroaches and there's hummingbirds and there's butterflies and there's rattlesnakes. Is that okay with you? It better be, or you won't be okay. That's what it boils down to. And so you come to the point you realize, wait a minute, what have I done in here? If I have a bad experience, It's an experience. It comes and it goes. They don't stay, but they do inside of you. The entire science of psychology is based on the fact that you're screwed up. It's based on the fact that you couldn't handle your childhood, that you couldn't handle the divorce, that you couldn't handle the accident you had, that you couldn't handle what so-and-so said to you. It hurt you so bad. She was your best friend. How could you? All right, that was 5 years ago. Well, what's the solution? Handle it. Handle it. Just yes, not denial. Yes, that person said that to me in high school. So what? You don't have to keep it. You sit there and say, wow, that hurt. And have fun. And move on. And you see the person again 5 years later, there's nothing in there. That person's not the same person. You're not the same person. So you finally wake up and say, okay, what's the problem? What's the core root? Buddhists say, work at the root. What is the root problem that made this mess? Your inability to handle reality. What's reality? That which happened. Not that which might happen, not which I wish it did happen. What did Christ say? Let those who have eyes to see, let them see. Let those who have ears to hear, let them hear. Did it happen in front of you? Did that person say that? Yes. Is that okay with you that they said that? Yeah. Maybe I could learn for it to be. Okay, then learn, because you're better off. You're better off letting it go. Maybe somebody had a bad day. I talked the other day I talked about this. First impressions. I'm really knocking down everything you all ever taught. First impressions are really important. That's absurd. You never met me before. I ate some bad pizza the night before. My stomach's killing me. And my girlfriend left me 5 minutes ago. I don't think you're going to have a very good first impression of me. But it has nothing to do with me, does it? How could it have anything to do with me? It has to do with the sum of all the experience that happened that put me in that moment at that time that you happen to be there. It is meaningless. You know why you don't hear me? You want to hear it? Because you want to figure out what's going on so you can manipulate it and know, okay, no, I met that person before. I don't like that. I don't want to see him again. You want to control. It's all about control. Otherwise, you behave the way you behaved. Maybe tomorrow you'll be different. Maybe you won't. I don't care. Why? I can handle it. I can handle whatever you do. I can handle whatever it says. I can handle everything, right? It comes in, it passes through. I told you, you handle 99% of everything that comes in. And each of you don't handle different ones that other people can handle. You go out into the field. Beautiful sun, grass, clouds, very nice out there. There's a snake. Okay? You see the snake. You know what kind it is, but you see a snake. I'm telling you, all you see is that snake. You don't see the grass. Come on. You don't see the trees. You don't see the clouds. You don't hear the other people talking. You just focus on the snake. Okay? And then you store that. You didn't store everything else. You're determining that some events in the universe should take your attention and put all your attention there and leave impressions on your mind and your heart. Okay? A great being does not do that. That's exactly what a great being does not do. It all is just creation. It's all just reality. It's just coming in and going through. Now, I qualify, and it's important. It doesn't mean you don't do anything about it. A great being acts. They just don't act out of not being able to handle it. They don't act to try to make it so it be a way they can handle. Because they handled it. But now that you've handled it, is there something you're supposed to be doing about it? It's called right action. All the Buddhist teachings are so clear. That's right action. Right action is never, I can't handle it, what should I do about it? What you're trying to do when you say what I'm going to do about it is make it a way that I can handle it. Because if I can't handle it, it's bothering me. Apologize for what you said. Why? Because I can't handle what you said. What if I can't handle what you said? So you had a bad day. It's called compassion. See? It all changes when you can handle things. If you can't handle things, you store them. And they become a foundation of your psyche. That clear enough? And how long does it last? Can you have stuff in there that was put in there 15 years ago, 20 years ago? Not can you, you do. Right? So I'm trying to wake you up. The answer is to learn to handle things. There's no such thing as you can't handle it. There's no such thing. I got sick. I had cancer. I had operations. I did chemo. Did you handle it? I've met people that talk like that with a smile on their face. I love them. Right? It was quite an experience. I grew so much through that experience. Just to even face death like that was so exciting and so challenging. Somebody else, they ruined my life. I'll never be okay again. Because not only did they got rid of the cancer, that doesn't help because I'm afraid I'm going to get it again. It left a scar on me as opposed to it was an experience I had and I grew through it. That's what it means to say I can handle it. So that's the foundation. Can you handle it? And the answer is always yes. But it's not. It does not. You don't feel yes. There are lots of things you can't handle. That's because you had experience in the past and they left impressions on you and you store them as negative or positive. So your work is to let go of those impressions. Your work, I explain the work as follows. Do you notice what a mess you make of your life and everybody else's because you can't handle things? Yes or no? Answer me, all right? You're manipulating people, controlling people, scared, worry. You stored this stuff in there, and now it's making a complete mess of your life. Life is not making a mess of your life. Life is just going about its business. It's been doing it for, 13.8 billion since the Big Bang, all right? And it just goes about its business. It be's what it is because of all the causes that cause it to be that way. What is science? Trying to find the causes. That's science. That's medicine. That's engineering, everything. Find the causes and then try to work with them to create something great, something better. Well, the cause is very straightforward. You couldn't handle it. So what do you do? What's the answer to all this? We had a nice discussion. I hope we did. The most important part I ever want you to remember, right, is your experiences mean nothing in the realm of reality. They're just something you experienced. Everything else was going on at the same time. If you experienced that, you'd have something different going on inside your head. Do you understand that? All right? So don't be so married to what's going on in there because it's just the sum of your learned experiences and they are meaningless. All right, so what's the answer? The answer is to learn to handle things. How can I do that? Something happened terrible in your life, you have a traumatic experience. They want to ask me, how do I handle that? I don't want to talk about that. I know that's difficult to handle. I know you stored it in there. It's, months and years of therapy, all kinds of things, or run around like a chicken with head cut off trying to find some way to be okay, even though that happened, and freaking out over anything that reminds you of it. I'm not a psychologist. I'm a spiritual person who knows you're not going to deal with that right now. You're not ready. That's postgraduate school. But you can start with kindergarten. And if you can't do kindergarten, you can't even do first grade. So let's not worry about postgrad. Let's worry about being able to handle what we could handle, but we don't bother. That's the start of your spiritual path. That's nice to know. Whew. Okay? What does that mean? It means it's hot out. Okay? That's what it is. It's reality. It's hot out. Oh, I can't handle it. Oh, it's so hot. I have to go from the car to the house, air condition the car, air condition the house, in between. Oh my God. This is terrible. I'll tell her, you know how hot it was? It was 97 degrees out, right? What are you doing? You can't handle that it was hot out? And the truth is, no, you can't. Why? You just didn't bother. You're letting that stuff bother you. And it's not bothersome. It's just an event that you're experiencing. Could you learn to handle that it's hot out? Could you learn to catch yourself with that complaining person in there and sit there and say, it's hot, it's fine, I can handle it. And then you go a little step further. And say, all my growth is this, all right, I'm serious. What's the next further? It's hot out. Why? Why is it hot? I told you this story when I was back in 72. I was living out here alone, had a VW van, hippie boy, no air conditioning in the house, no air conditioning in the van. And it's summer in Florida. It's hot out. And he'd complain. And I just finally, and it never happened again once I did this. I asked him, hey, Mick, shh. Why is it hot? The sun's hot, right? What is the sun? A star? You don't like stars? Everybody likes stars. How do you not like a star? That's a star. You start with right understanding. It's a star. Well, it's not like those other ones that out there twinkling. It's closer. Really? And you're so close to a star that you feel its heat? Whoa. Wow. That's pretty special, isn't it? You're so close to a star, literally, that you feel its heat. How hot must that be? It's 93 million miles away. Did you hear that number? How far is Miami? 350? 93 million miles away. And it's so hot that you feel it here. All of a sudden it becomes a wow. Hear me? Every time now when I step out of my car, it just happens naturally. All these years. If the sun is shining like that, he just goes like this. Wow. That is amazing. That how hot that thing must be. And that thing is one of 300 billion stars in your galaxy. Wow. That's amazing. All of a sudden now it makes your mind expand. Instead of complaining about it, you're sitting there participating, letting it expand your frame of reference to realize what's really going on. It reminds you of God. But the net result is it expands your consciousness that your frame of reference now includes a star. It's your friend. It's not something to complain about. By the way, you have a personal relationship with a star. Do you not? Pretty neat. Okay? I told you do not get sunburned. You get starburned. Wow, it changes everything, doesn't it? Do that about everything. Do that about the driver in front of you that's driving 15 miles an hour below the speed limit and you're in a rush. What good does it do to talk to them? They don't hear you. So I'm just coming down to kindergarten. This is like, there's no challenge. There's no cost here. It's not difficult to do this. If you don't do that, you won't do the next level. If you can't handle the sun, if you can't handle the heat, if you can't handle how somebody else is driving, nice blinker, buddy. It's like, if you're doing that, you're leaving these impressions. You think it'll leave impressions? Go get behind a driver who's driving 15 miles an hour below the speed limit, two-lane highway, can't pass, and you're late. You're going to talk about it for a week. I can't believe they let them on the road. They're allowed to drive like that on the road. And by the way, I'm never taking that road again. And I'm visiting Germany or France 5 years from now. I'm driving around, minding my own business, and I see a car that looks exactly like that car that did that to me. Did it to me. Oh, you like that? They did that to me. Your heart skips a beat. Look what you've done. You've taken a meaningless experience and made it some scar, made it a pattern inside that's going to govern your life, what you don't like, who you like. No. Instead, do the same thing you did with the sun. Do it with a car in front of you. Sit there and just stop. Ronald used to say, stop, look, and listen. Pay attention. What's going on in there? They're about to make some big schmeal. My favorite, because Mickey's been known to do this, all right? My favorite is I'm driving, right? And I pass him, okay? And then I come to the stop sign. They pull right behind me. Or he's fetching, right? And then drives, and they turn off 3 blocks later. What did you do to yourself during that time? Make anxiety, tension, negativity, impressions. Don't do it. Start with the small stuff. Just make it a game that I can handle life and start handling these simple situations that are not a problem to handle. You didn't bother. You hear me? You just didn't bother. And what's going to happen, you're going to find out, it's amazing what you find out, that if you can handle that you can handle if somebody said something that bothered you a little bit. Not big. It's just you learn to handle things, just like you learn to play tennis. You learn to play the piano. You weren't good at it to start with. Well, you're not good at letting go. You're not good at handling things, are you? You suppress them, repress them, cling to them, complain about them. you're not very good right now at handling things. All right. And then what happens, you keep building these negative stuff in there. So you start with the simple stuff. You just find a way to let go. I gave a couple examples. You're in there, play, have fun, right? If a car's driving slow in front of you, I did this too, and it helped. He still doesn't like it, but anyways, all right. But I work. It's a time to work with it. I'm telling you, that time when you're working with yourself is more important than your meditation time. Your meditation time is an attempt to rise above the part of you that's full of it. We don't do so good, do we? This is dealing with the part of you that's full of it and why that part's there. If you're not willing to work with the driver in front of you driving slower than you want to go, all right, you better meditate to try to get rid of the anxiety and tension that you built inside yourself. I love meditation. I don't talk against it. I explain it this way. This is my guru, yoga, it's all about meditation, right? Is I'm not here to teach you meditation. I meditate, but I'm not here to teach you meditation. I'm here to teach you what to do while you're not meditating, which is pretty much all the rest of the time. I'm telling you. So what do? Driver's driving in front of you slowly. You stop. Just catch and watch what's going on in there. Watch you're creating that resistance, that tension, right? And ask, do I need to be doing this? Of course not. I'm doing it to myself. And you just sit there and make something up. Like I would sit there and say, well, that's my grandmother. And she's last year she'll get to drive before they take her license away. And I think she should take it away now because she's driving 50 miles per hour. And I sit there and say, go, I'll tailgate you, Grandma. I'll beep at you, right? I'll road rage you. No, I can handle it. Take your time, Ma. And I feel like I'm giving something instead of complaining. You can do that. You can turn the energy around any way you want. Positive thinking, surrender. I don't care what you want to call it. I literally, because I'm very much into being off this planet, there's rovers on Mars. You've seen them, right? No people gone there yet, but there's rovers driving around, right? You're in a rover on Earth. When you're getting in your car, you're driving around, it's exactly like that rover on Mars. You just happen to be doing it on Earth. Wow, this is fun. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. I'm scooting around the Earth in this little vehicle. You can have fun instead of letting yourself make that tension and anxiety. Yes or no? Could you do that? Will you bother doing that? Because you're going to find out it changes your life. Literally changes your entire life. Of course it does. You didn't go to the office and complain about the driver. You didn't have to carry all this garbage that those impressions left on you. Make them positive. Make them beautiful. Let them go. Ultimately, it's not even making them positive. You're not even complaining about them. It's just reality is unfolding in front of you. And you're perfectly fine with it. You don't have to do anything about it. But it's okay. In the meantime, do something about it. And the nice part is not just that you don't feel the tension and anxiety, is that you get better at it. I told you, when you play the piano, you play an instrument, don't you have to learn? Can you learn to let go? Can you learn to be okay? Can you learn to not resist things that don't need to be resisted? And you're going to find out at some point, nothing needs to be resisted. Nothing. Reality does not need to be resisted. It needs to be worked with. It's a totally different thing. It's not that you don't do anything. You're sitting there, you're driving down the road, and there's a car accident, and there's blood. It's not nice, okay? And your mind, don't touch it. You get sued. Right? Okay, let go. Can you let go? You get some clarity instead of all the garbage and put in your head why you can't help people and I'm not capable anyways. I'm not an RN. And okay, look what's going to go on in there. Let it go. Let it go. Be clear. Bring presence and consciousness and awareness to the moment. Now, is there something I can do to help instead of listening to all this garbage inside my head, which is not going to help anybody, including me? Instead, you let go. You let go. Once you learn how to let go, you learn to respect and honor reality. Now let go. Now what? Look and see if there's something you can do to help. Look and see if there's something you can do not to protect yourself and not to get for yourself. Can you let go first? That's what it's all about. Let go first. Then look to see if there's something you can do, no matter how small it is, to raise the moment that has been brought to your attention. That moment's yours. You didn't experience all the 100 billion others that were going on. I love teaching that. I don't have time to teach the level I like to teach, right? Okay? There's stuff going on all over the universe. That moment is your, like we're having a moment. Yes, you're having a moment. And that is your moment. Why? It's not happening to anybody else. Somebody else is somewhere else looking from a different angle. That moment is happening to you. So you respect it. You honor it. You go as far as saying God created heavens and earth, created everything that is still creating. It's all coming up from the quantum field. And this is what's in front of me. Wow. How can I serve it? How can I do something to honor it, to respect it, to raise it? But first I have to be able to handle it. Otherwise, I'm not doing that. I ain't doing it for God. I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm doing it for me. I can't handle it. If you get this stuff, that's true spirituality. That's how you grow. People say, I don't know how to be spiritual. Yes, you do. It ain't got nothing to do with mantras and all that kind of stuff. It's got to do, you in there? Do you do this stuff that I'm talking to you about all the time, about everything? How about we turn the energy around? It's called transmuting the energy. It's very yogic. You're taking the negative energy and you're bringing it up. And all of a sudden you start to feel love. You start to feel lightness. You start to feel openness. The next thing you know, you're feeling good about way more things you feel bad about. And eventually what happens is that very act of not resisting, of not fighting, of handling it allows the energy to come up instead of be pushed back down. Either clinging or resisting keeps the energy inside of you and it rots in there. Otherwise, when you're open, it passes through. The more it passes through, the better it feels. Energy coming up and passing through is very exhilarating, very beautiful. It just starts being more like that until eventually you've done it enough. Yeah, I've been at it for 55 years. Done it enough to where that's who you are. You are a letting go machine. Why? I have a choice. Suffer. I started to talk this way, didn't I? Suffer or be in ecstasy, no matter what's happening. But notice, I didn't say don't deal with it. Go bring some good energy to the accident. Help those people. Feel love. Care about them. That's very beautiful. So you learn to let go. What happens is over time, you get good at it. Just like you got good at the piano. You got good at tennis. I mean, you're a master, but you got better at it. You get better at everything you practice at. You practice letting go until you become a letting go machine. Or try. It becomes that way because you see, if I let go, it's exhilarating. It's open. I can help. If I don't let go, it's stored inside of me. It messes me up for the rest of my life. I think I'll let go. And you're just doing your best to let go. Then all of a sudden, the big stuff that I said you can't deal with right now, all of a sudden you can. All of a sudden, your wife or husband says to you, I haven't mentioned it to you, but we need to have a talk tonight. Okay. How you doing with that? Well, maybe you suffer all day, worrying, thinking, what are we going to talk about? What did I do? You drive yourself crazy. Or you sit there and say, oh, thank God she wants to talk. I'm very interested in what she has to say because I love her or I love him. I'm not anxious about it. I'm going to learn more about somebody who I love and maybe how I can help. And nothing to think about, nothing. You come home, there you are. And when they're talking to you, you know what we do when they talk to us like that? Every word they say, that's not true. I didn't do that. You know I didn't do that. I apologized for that years ago. Defense. You're just pushing it back in her face because you can't handle that she has a problem. As opposed to, if someone I love has a problem, I want to hear about it. I want to know what I can do to help. And so you start, as you grow, as you let go, the good energy is coming up inside and it feeds you and gives you the strength to not push back, to be able to handle it until eventually you reach the point where so much energy is opening and flowing inside of you that it never stops. It never stops. Now your energy goes down, the tendency to protect, to push, to cling. It's all about looking down and controlling. It stops doing that. And it just comes up and your heart is being fed and your mind is clear and it just keeps coming up. It's the upward flow of the Shakti. The Shakti changes direction and it literally does that. And as it does that, it clears all the, don't worry about the chakras. I don't care. I don't want you to know about them. As this energy comes up, you'll feel it cleansing the chakras. You feel it hit the part of the heart that you didn't know was there like that, and it'll push it out of the way. It is a cleansing. It is the only way. The Christians say with Christ, I am the way, the truth, and life, and no man cometh to the Father but by me. That's a true statement, because he is that spirit that's flowing inside. And there's no way you're being liberated and getting free except through that. You work all you want, oming your chakras and looking at the different things, right? You'll be very busy and get very neurotic. You let go of the blockages in there and work with that energy turning up. That energy will take you home. Every great master taught that. It comes up and it keeps cleansing your centers all by itself. She's your best friend. She's your guru. But are you willing to let her? Or if it hurts, you push back. No. And eventually it just keeps going up. And then the great ones, the great states are, it goes up so high that you can't look down at yourself anymore. It's not like, oh, he's selfless. No, he's just trying to look selfless. He's trying to be giving. It's all right. No. There's nothing left in there of the personal self that's strong enough to distract you. Because this energy flow is so beautiful that the lower self doesn't get distracted from. Somebody once asked Ramakrishna, I can't even say his name without melting. It's one of the great beings that ever walked the face of the earth. Very great being. Does an enlightened master ever feel anger? He said, yes, but it's like riding on water. It doesn't matter if you're riding on water. It's not there for a billionth of a second. It leaves no impression, no lasting impression. So yes, something happens, the personal self boom, comes up. It literally causes more joy because it's Shakti. Okay, anger is Shakti. Is it not? Fear is Shakti. Blocked. That's what anger is, blocked energy. It shoots out. Fear is energy you push down. When you let go, all that energy is releasing, right? You actually get high off of it. This lady over here, Ma Yog Shakti, some of us were honored enough to know her. She gave us the Durga statue back in the 70s. Very great saint. Very great saint. She's left the body since some time ago, but we got to know her. Never talked personally. She was true sannyas. Once she leaned over to me, because we were very close over the years, and she said, Mickey, I said, yes, mother. She says, don't you just love when they yell at you? There's so much energy they give off. She couldn't. She's talking about her disciples. I just love when they yell. I get off on it. Oh, I could talk to you forever about great saints. All right? So that's what happens when you get high enough. The Shakti is not blocked, and it raises up, and it takes you up, and eventually it takes you past your personal self. And what does that mean? You can't look. It's not that it's not there, but you can't look down at it. The energy is flowing up too high. It's too beautiful. And you wouldn't trade it off for anything going on down there anyways. And the next thing you know, you ultimately let go of looking down enough to emerge. And that's what the merger is. It's like basically you die to be reborn. You don't be nice. You don't be good. It's way past that. There's no you anymore. There's no individuals. Even witness consciousness is not a high state because you're still looking at it. You're witnessing that down there. It's a launch pad. That's what it is, like NASA's launch pad. The rocket is ready to take off. But I ain't taken off yet because you're still looking down. I'm glad that you're objective. Krishnamurti called it objective observation. But you're still there observing. Eventually the energy becomes so strong that you can't even sit there. It just starts sweeping you away. And ultimately, it takes you away from yourself. And next thing you know, Meher Baba said, a drop of water fell into the ocean. Find it. Go and find it. Find that drop. Never emerged. So the self merges. The individual self that used to look down, that whole sense of consciousness, that drop of consciousness falls into the ocean of consciousness. And that's what you want to do with your life. I can assure you of that. All right. Well, thank you for listening. I love you. Jai Gurudev.
You've been listening to the Michael Singer Podcast, produced by Sounds True in partnership with Shanti Publications. For more information on Michael's body of work and all back episodes, please join us at michaelsingerpodcast.com. Thanks so much for listening. Sounds True, waking up the world.